Joey Buckets has had an awesome start for his rookie season. He could do something that hasn't been done since Ricky Wysocki in 2011 by winning a major championship in his rookie campaign. And all of his friends, all they say is, man, every time we play with him, he makes all of his putts. And we're still waiting to see that on Jomez's footage.
Could Ezra get the win and go back-to-back brothers for the championship? It's very possible. He's throwing committed shots down the line. He's a fearless putter. But, I mean, Northwoods can tear a player apart.
Andrew Presnell has the most experience on the lead card for winning. His wins are at smaller tiered events, and the pressure of trying to take down a major could get to him. Of course, he's human. Knowing how to win translates differently for different people.
I don't think that with a ill-experienced lead card that they're just going to run away with the tournament.
4, 5, 6 strokes can be whittled away in just a few holes.
Should the leaders be worried about Calvin and Ricky? Absolutely. Ricky's terrifying from chase card. Calvin as well.
Calvin and Ricky are going to be hungry, and they're going to be coming in hot tomorrow. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to final round front nine coverage for the MPO lead card of the 2024 PDGA Champions Cup presented by Bushnell. It's Championship Sunday, Paul, and we have a lead card with 4 players who have not won a major title.
Yeah, and they're in a position where they have to fend off the rest of the hungry field looking for that prestigious trophy. And the guy who really is in the driver's seat right now, Andrew Presnell. Now look at this statistic, Jeremy. 82% fairway.
That doesn't seem realistic. That is incredible. Fairways are just at a premium at Northwood, and 82%. Look at the disparity between him and Ezra here at 64%. The C1X putting for Andrew also at 100%. So he is putting and putting in the fairway. No surprise that he is in the lead. Joseph Anderson has been, like we said before in other rounds, been so impressive this season. It's just forehand and backhand, they both look like he is incredibly comfortable on either side of the disc. And his putting, we're just waiting to see that breakout performance. We know he's got it. Niklas Anttila, he has been second at 2 different majors. He is finally looking to get over and take down his first major championship.
82% fairways hits for him as well.
No surprise there.
Yeah. Hole 1, par 3, 455 down the chute here. Today's going to be a little bit more windy than the rest of the time that we've been here at Northwoods. You've seen what you got to do on hole 1. Just stay away from that left side. Stay away from the kicks. Put her in the fairway. Try to get something in the circle. This would be a great start for somebody to pick up.
This is the lead card on the final day of competition. First off the tee box, 11 under par, from Ozark, Missouri, your leader, Andrew Presnell.
I mean, it's going to be awesome to watch him early and see how he handles the pressure of last round Championship Sunday with the lead.
Gets it turned over and low.
Yep.
I think this is more of a safety play. Keep it below the fence line on the left, even if you catch
Next
a kick,
up,
maybe stay in bounds.
Tie for second place at -10 from Lawrenceville, Georgia, Ezra Robinson.
And if you look at the left side of the screen there, you see some of the flags in the background, and they are fully whipping. It is incredibly gusty. The one thing you don't need at Northwood Park is an additional factor of difficulty.
Also a little too turned over. That's never going to make it all the way to the pin.
Also in second place at -10 from Athens, Georgia, Joseph Anderson.
Joseph with that signature pink disc. No clue what it is. Do you? The
Nope.
straightest disc of all time ever.
Our graphics will probably show the people who are watching this,
Rounding
but
out
those
the
have
card.
not
I'm
been
gonna
added
ask
to
our
our
graphics
coverage.
guy.
Fourth
to
place
tell us in a
at
second.
-8 from Kuopio, Finland, Niklas Antala.
Just so much wind. So hard to judge how much it's going to affect the disc going down the hill through the fairway.
Ooh, that looks like a tough kick to the left, and that is out of bounds.
Yeah, that's what you have to avoid. So it looks like it's a K1 Cax Z from Castoplast. Not exactly sure how to spell that. Oh, beautiful approach shot with Niklas's tactic. Lands that one flat. That's one of the things he does so well. He really does throw some overstable stuff. He throws some understable stuff, but it always gets to the right angle. He's very cognizant of how his disc hits the ground.
Presnell gets a little roll out of there. Two ways to take that. Oh, kind of a bad break. Why are you making me work? Or knock it down. Get a little confidence booster
Yeah,
from about
sure.
18 feet. I like that.
Also, your approaches are dialed in. You hit the... Oh, from long range. Joseph with a good effort here on hole one. Ezra in the basket. Didn't take a lot of time there. Can't rush your routine and sacrifice missing a short one. They all matter so much. There's good money to be won at this tournament. Any given time, the higher up you finish, you know, if you miss one putt, it could end up costing you $1,000. So you have to make sure that every single putt, or the chance of the title, really more importantly. But you have to be so aware of that throughout every single one of these long 4 rounds. This is just one of the most mentally grueling weeks of disc golf you could even imagine. I mean, we've had the weather delays, the ground play is making things slow, the wind has made things difficult on the hardest holes on the course, and it's 4 rounds at Northwood. It's just a mental battle from start to finish. As we fly over hole 2, this is a par 4 on the more gettable side. You want to throw it straight about 320 feet or so. Then it breaks right, and you have about 275 feet to the pin. But this is a hole that you're definitely looking to give yourself a 3 or 4. 5 is a no-no.
Presnell puts it on a slight hyzer here, and this is actually going to go into a decent spot, especially for a predominant backhand player. He's going to be used to that shape to get into the green.
He will have a shortened run-up, though. See if that affects the way that he approaches the upcoming shot. Ezra, this is going down the inside lane and finds a way through, but because he's on that right side, his angle will be tricky. Yeah, a good shot there for Joseph.
Yeah, just a little bit better than Prezi.
Niklas would love a bounce back birdie here after the bogey stroke on 1, and that's a good looking tee shot.
That's so good.
And that would be the best straight angle down to the pin. And that tree doesn't really affect Andrew's throw that much.
I mean, this guy's just dialed right now.
And connects with one of the guardians there that's about 35 feet away. It'd be a good tester putt early in the round.
Slow down.
By the basket. Oh, boy. And the mud does collect Joseph's approach and leaves him 25 feet long, putting back uphill.
Ooh, this is really heavy on the Anheuser.
Yeah, didn't need quite that much angle, did he?
No.
Ezra is an aggressive putter, and he may have a line in the woods down there. Just needs to beat the Guardians. Just catches the edge of it. And that will also be a wake-you-up birdie putt coming for Niklas.
I think Prez actually snuck into the circle there.
Okay.
That big tree is right on the circle's edge.
All right, big putt for Niklas. And draws air right side. This would be huge. Oh, and did not raise his arm enough. Andrew will have to settle for the par, but he's not going to be losing strokes. One of the two players closest to him.
Well, he is losing a stroke to Joseph, who is tied for second.
Now he is? Or was he? No, he wasn't at the start of the round. Oh, I apologize. He was. I'm sorry. I thought that Niklas and Ezra, but you're right. It was Joseph and Ezra tied for second. So, yeah.
Either way, great birdie from Joseph. Well played. Good ground play to slow him down, like you said. Because that thing had a lot of heat. On a regular day, that's skipping outside the circle, without a doubt.
We normally play this course in the summertime, as many of you are aware, and the ground play is just not like the way it has been this week. It's been a learning process for everybody. And just like that, we have a tie at the top. We'll get a check in here with Casey White, who had the lead through the first two rounds. And a good forehand turnover on the par 5 third hole, and he'll have a putt from the edge of the circle for the birdie.
He got hole 1 again. That's 3 under for him on.
Whoa.
That's so good.
And he's going that inside backhand flip up
Yeah.
shot. And yeah, that's incredible work there. Chris Dickerson from 50 feet. Yeah, running in there, buddy. Former champion of this event. Did he win this before he won the USDGC?
Yes.
So this is his first major. And Casey White send it in there. 2 under. So important to get off to a good start on this course, and Casey has done an incredible job of that all week. And there we go. We have a tie at the top. 2 unlikely players. Not many people would have picked these 2 guys to win this tournament, but I mean, for no good reason, honestly. They're great players, and so many people at this tournament could win, just keeping in the fairway, and they've done such a good job of that.
Hole 3, par 5, 947, the scramble hole, as I like to call it. Get off the tee, somehow make it bend to the right, and then pray that it's in the 15-foot wide fairway. The fairway looks bigger than that, but it really isn't. If you miss left or right, you're just going to be scrambling to the end and then trying to get to a really tricky shot into the green. It's very rare that you see somebody play this hole perfectly and get all the way around the corner to the 200-foot shot dead straight.
It seems like it should be more common. It just doesn't play out that way.
Yeah.
Joseph with a nice tee shot and a really nice rollout at the very end of the flight. Arsenal misses the main part of the fairway, but he finds a backdoor route and should have some look at the second shot down the fairway.
Ezra's been throwing this shot so well. Look at this. There's that 15-foot wide fairway.
Yep.
And he has dissected it.
If you can throw that shot shape consistently with distance, you should go on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Because that is a very important shot shape, as you're seeing Niklas throw an even flippier disc. I mean, even farther than Ezra's shot. That is so impressive. The amount of trust that he has with that disc is just unmatched. Once again, Joseph just delivers the smooth down the fairway shots. Little roll out there, that gives him a chance. but it's going to be a tight angle. If he had beat that tree, he would have been in a fantastic spot.
Prez.
Love that.
Yeah, it looks like it's going pretty straight if he catches this down slope.
Yeah, you love that.
And there's that. There's the play right there.
Great gap hit.
I would say the fairway is about 50 feet even farther right where you would want to go where he is, because he does have like a tricky little shot into the green as well still.
And that's where Ezra was heading before hitting the same tree that Joseph hit.
Is he going for that same tree?
Very close.
See, now that one is
That's the
shot.
spot.
That's it right there.
Yep.
He's done it.
I want to say that Ezra had a tricky approach shot like this yesterday, but he had a better angle where he could throw the backhand. Today, he has to force the flick and hits an early tree. Now he'll have to scramble to save the par. And this is too high, not enough angle, and this is heading down to the creek.
That's going to be tough. If he gets behind that little canopy, it's so high above him.
Yeah,
that's going to be tough to get over it. Perez has no problem with this shot, though.
Man, that looked way too easy. It's a gentle flex. It's exactly what Prezi wants.
Nicklaus, that's what you're supposed to do from there.
Yep. Nicklaus gets up and down from there. 99 times out of 100. And that's going to be a little bit awkward with the big logs there. He'll have to perhaps straddle. Yeah, oh my goodness. What is Joseph going to do with this lie?
That's a tough lie.
Yeah, not only is that a tough lie, he's got... Oh my goodness, this is going to be... Do you sacrifice the feet and dry feet early?
Uh-oh. He was kind of leaning.
Wow, okay.
Pan back to him. Let's see what he got himself in. Oh, you guys. Come on. And you were right. Just awkward enough.
Not only that, he had the tree that he had... Yeah. So looking like he's going to lose 2 to our leader. We'll take the lead back from Joseph with his first birdie of the round. And a good par save.
Yes.
And dry feet. Muddy, but dry. And we've played Northwood so many times, and it's just the one thing we've never done is we've never had to deal with these muddy lies and creeks being up high and all that. Ricky Wysocki from Chase Card, we'll give a little check in here with him, who he is 2 under through the first 3. Hits the gap wonderfully. Chris playing the backhand flip-up shot. That was very well done as well. Gets him to the edge of the circle.
A little putt off. Not the guy you want to have a putt off with, this guy. I've lost a lot of money in putting games to this kid for that reason right there.
Why did you accept the challenge?
Trying to make some money.
A couple steppers in a row now for Chris. Now he's off to a good start.
Beautiful.
This card right here, being Chase Card, with 6 major championships for Ricky Wysocki, 2 for Chris, and a Calvin Heimberg who is very hungry, eagerly awaiting his first major title. Scary.
When I walk up to a shot, I'm looking for the target. I'm looking at obstacles around the target, specific landing zones. Confidence is everything, and the Edge Disc Golf Rangefinder gives me exactly that.
Hole 4, par 3. We just saw Ricky beating Paul in an hypothetical putt-off. 325 feet, flip up with a backhand, or a little gentle flex of the forehand. There is an out-of-bounds line on the right side. Hopefully nobody kicks a tree early and finds that. These are the types of shot shapes that Andrew has been nailing all week, and it's the reason why he's got the lead. And once again, hitting the line, going just a bit long. But if you can hit these tight gaps over and over and over again, you are going to give yourself such a huge advantage on the field.
He's not just hitting the gaps. He's not like getting lucky.
No.
You know, like he's not getting
A little breaks here and there, but the closer you are to hitting your line, the better luck you're going to get.
The initial gaps, he's going right through there.
Yes.
The flight's exactly how he wants.
Correct. Niklas hits the gap nicely as well. Joseph does not.
He catches a late tree there, Ezra does. Tricky little approach from back here. As you can see. The gaps are there, but they're tiny. And they're big enough to make you very frustrated when you miss them.
Yeah.
They're easy to miss, but you're like, it's right there.
Well, there's like usually 4 or 5 like viable gaps, and they're all about 3 discs wide. Ezra, this is a good looking bid. Just a little over the top. Would have loved to knock that down after the frustrating miss on the prior hole. And Niklas unable to capitalize on the good drive. And once again, Prezi finds himself in a position to get strokes in the card, and he gets it over the rim and in.
Ooh, just saw a little fist pump early. Like seeing that one go in.
And at this point in the round, you're 4 holes in. The nerves turn into something else at this point. We're not in the scary part of the round where you're coming down the stretch. This is when disc golf really, you get settled in. And it's really important for the chasers right now to not, I don't know, find themselves 5 back. They've got to stay in this.
It's such a long round. That's what you need to be telling yourself is this place is so hard. Stay in it. Stay in it.
Stay in it.
Keep going.
And here's our first look at Calvin Heimburg on chase card. Sets up beautifully for his backhand turnover with the eagle. That's in a great spot.
Going with a 2-piece here.
Look at that, Calvin's forehand. I talked to him about this, and I asked him how often is he throwing it, and he says, for shorter shots, 250. Well, that was like a 370-foot shot. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
That's gross.
What a putt. And good to see him throwing a 300-plus foot forehand.
Yes.
So watch out. I mean, Calvin Heimburg with the dual threat, that could be a scary thing.
The other thing about this course that these guys have to remember is if you go on a 5-hole birdie streak, which is so possible.
Yeah.
If you do that, you could all of a sudden have a 5-stroke lead, and you're the one that was 2 back.
Yep. No question about that one. Hole 5, par 3, 389, such a scary hole. It feels sometimes like you just throw it down there and you just hope that you can stay in bounds. There's so many things that take you OB.
This was a raging wind today.
Yes, it was. Strong tailwind. And Andrew Presnell has thrown a dime. There is an out-of-bounds area. If he's just 2 feet left of that last log he could have found out of bounds, but instead he is in bounds. He's in the circle, and he is looking for his 3rd straight birdie.
This just needs to get down. That's helpful, probably.
You think so?
I mean, he's probably not going to birdie, but I think that was going out of bounds, no matter what.
Okay.
It was going too far. I like how Ezra has...
The opposite fade shirt.
Yeah.
Prezi, yeah. I was thinking about that earlier, too.
The exact opposite.
Like, what are the chances? I mean, so what I've got for you for the championship Sunday, Ezra, as your stylist, we've chosen a black to red gradient. No one else on tour is wearing that shirt. You're going to look great, stand out.
Prez is like, I think this one looks good. I haven't worn this one in a while.
I give points to Prezi for matching the black pants with
Uh-oh.
it. Oh, goodness. Okay, downhill putt coming from 65 feet for the par.
Hurry.
A decent effort.
Got to be careful with that creek over there on the right.
This would be huge if Ezra can knock this down. This one's not going to go in. It will be another bogey early for Ezra Robinson. This would be a bonus birdie putt made here for Joseph. Off the rim. And look at that one more time. Andrew Presnell has a putt to take strokes on the lead card. What just happened?
Floating away.
He probably has lost his putter. He is. There's a very good chance that that putter is gone forever.
Probably just gonna re-putt.
Oh my goodness, Paul.
Where am I? Oh no, yeah. Where would I take it? Right here? Yeah, right there. Okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, please don't take that putt again. That was a misrelease, and the wind got him.
And
Oh, Nicholas.
His main putter is gone.
And I don't know. Some people's main putter is very, very important to them, and some people can replace their putters easily. This is going to be an interesting storyline to follow up on.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
And instead of gaining strokes, he's going to lose strokes to both Joseph and Niklas and draw even with Ezra on hole 5.
He's flustered at this point. You can hear the way he's talking. He's
for
like, where am I
sure.
going? Where am I? What is this?
I can't believe what we just saw there. And if there were ever any nerves, it hasn't shown them thus far. But right there, I mean, like you said, maybe it was the wind, but it looked like there was a certain misrelease there.
Oh,
and it just
absolutely, yeah.
exposed. Oh, goodness. And I just hope that that putter at some point gets found. Okay, so apparently the way that Andrew deals with the situation is he talks to his caddy and says, hey, go to the car right now. I've got a backup for that one. Didn't think I'd need it, but hurry up, please.
Big bro sprinting through the woods.
Yes, and his brother is caddying for him. So bro is on his way right now, and it is not close. He's got a full-on mile and a half, maybe 2 miles to the car from here.
This is a time for Presnell to really look in and lock those feelings down, because that was a 2-stroke swing from 18 to 19
Yeah.
feet that you cannot do when you're leading a major championship.
Okay, back to this card. Niklas just barely missing the bulk of the fairway, but still a beautiful shot. You will have some type of throw towards the green. I think it will be a forehand turnover. That was close to perfection for Joseph, and instead he's going to be off in the left side rough. And how does he handle it?
That's leaky.
What?
Wow.
What disc did you just throw?
What sorcery?
How can you fall backwards and still get your disc to turn over that much? Nice throw there for Andrew. See, this is more of the turnover line, that the low driven.
Oh my goodness. This is silly good.
Best drive ever seen on this hole by these two eyes. That was an awesome drive from Ezra. And that's what we've been expecting to see from him. These beautiful shaped shots on the fairway, and we just haven't seen it yet. 2 over through 5 is unacceptable at this course. You have to start under par.
Joseph makes a great scramble shot there. Presnell as well.
Wow, that gets through a ton. And gives him a long look for the birdie. Call it 75 feet. And a good thing, because it's like that distance where you don't expect to make it. It's just a bonus if you do. So he doesn't have a lot of pressure in the, I don't have my main putter. And Niklas does go for the forehand flex, gets through everything, skips to circle's edge, and he'll have a putt for the birdie.
Great flex from him right there. Very overstable disc.
Look how close Ezra is after that tee shot. It doesn't do as well as he'd like with the approach, but you've never seen anyone that close off after a tee shot. That's just good work there from Joseph.
Yes.
That's good course management. Another very controlled approach, saving the par. You know, don't you think that if Andrew put himself 35 feet away, it would be even worse in a way? Because he wouldn't have his main putter. Oh, goodness.
I don't think so.
Maybe it's a bad take. Bad take. Take it back.
I think he wants a putt for sure. But I hear what you're saying.
It's saying if you get that 35 footer, you don't have your main putter, you feel uncomfortable. Niklas with a great birdie. Just think about psychologically all the different things that play out in that moment.
Yeah, I mean, psychologically, if he misses from there.
That's what I'm getting at.
I think it's different, but I think he wants 35 footers instead of 61.
Like I said, bad take.
Here's Joey.
There it is. He solidifies the par. Not an easy thing to do with an early tree kick, especially way out of position on hole 6. Difficult hole. So we've had a cut. 60% of the field has been cut. So the percentages on the whole averages are way better than they've been all week. That being said, 6 is still averaging a quarter of a stroke over par.
Look at this one.
And Ricky's doing that thing where he doesn't like pars. He kind of does that at least once every tournament.
Can't really play that hole any better.
Yeah. The only drive that I've seen longer down the fairway is James Conrad 2019 Worlds when he got the 2. Which is still just ridiculous. At least I think he got the 2. In my memory serves, he got all the way down there and made the putt.
You didn't even have to make it if you get that far down there. They just give you 2s at that point.
Ricky Wysocki, speaking of 2, he is 2 back of Andrew with his hot start. And that's exactly what you're looking to do if you are a major champion trying to put pressure on the leader.
It's terrifying.
It's not fun position. You don't like that type of dragon breathing down your neck. It's not cool. It's very warm, it's sweaty, and it's uncomfortable. Hole 7, par 4, 550 feet. You saw it from Ricky. Just throw it straight as far as you can. Or a lot of people are just going to throw it short and then try to give themselves a 350-foot straight shot approach. Niklas does go high speed, and the result is exactly what you'd like if you're laying up.
Too much turn. This is going to be on that right side, kind of buried.
This is turned over. Needs a little love. Well, it doesn't go far enough into the woods where I think he's going to be in a bad spot.
That's good. The only thing is it's muddy right there.
I'm a little surprised to not see him go full send. It just seems like that's his MO. But he'd love to throw a full send shot here, and this is looking really nice, Paul.
I think it's got to get going.
I mean, it's still nice. You're right. It's short, but a really nice throw from back there.
A little too heavy on the Anheuser. That's in the middle.
That's just fine. Saving, or at least giving himself a good chance for the par. Oh, that's fantastic ball.
So good.
That is really... It's a hard thing to do, to get power and get the nice little shape out of that stance. It takes a lot of athleticism to execute that throw.
Pulls it.
Niklas has had a few opportunities this round to make up strokes on Andrew, and that was an opportunity right there. It's making it a little too easy on Andrew right now. Andrew doesn't have any problem with that.
I think they all are.
Totally.
And Andrew's still 1 under, but big mistake already this round. Plenty of holes so far. This is, I would say, one of the more gettable holes.
The one thing we didn't really mention is the strong left to right cross when coming off the field, which makes that tee shot very tricky. It's daunting to try to attack it. Ezra still without a birdie.
What does this hole come in at?
Well, 7 plays 0.09 under par. And thank goodness he did not take his 3rd bogey. A lot of these holes in the front nine, like hole 1, played over par all week. Hole 2, hole 3. I mean, essentially all the holes in the front nine played over par except for hole 4. And the only holes that play over par in the front nine now are 5 and 6. So everything playing under par now that the field has been cut. But barely. I mean, it's all right there at like nearly par. And see if Ricky can continue his birdie ways. With this left side being opened up from years past, he likes that big forehand. But that's a scary putt to an elevated basket with a sloped green fading away. 40 feet. Ricky feels it. Okay, watch out. 11 under now for Ricky.
And at this point, I feel like it is very lucky that Andrew is on this card. Because if Ricky was on this card doing those things...
Yeah, that's some energy.
It changes a lot of things.
No
so
question.
Getting those strokes and keeping those major champions behind you, I feel like is a big time bonus for this card. Hole 8 par 3, 400 feet. We just saw Ricky take the sidearm route to the left. There's a roller play as well, a cut roller, and you can go right down the middle. There is a right to left crosswind.
There's also a full-on pond left and short of the pin. I mean, the rain that we've received this week has just been insane.
This needs
This
to get
could
down.
find that pond. Okay, it goes just over it, but it's another one of those situations where if you find your disc in there, you have to make the decision. Do I take that casual relief back, or do I play the rest of this round with wet foot?
Never gonna skip in that grass.
Oh, that landing spot's just dandy. Look at this nice little flex shot from Prezi. Hitting the rocks? No, getting the skip long. So close.
And you ain't lying.
Nicely done.
So hard to go deep on this hole. This looks like almost a better shot if he can get on hyzer.
Quickly. And sit. And sit.
It is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll take that putt 8 days a week.
So hard to get to the right side with an air shot because you want to come out of that gap with hyzer. Make sure you hit it.
Oh, and there we have a victim. Well, he dodged it a little bit on hole 3. We'll see what he's able to do here on his putt on hole 8.
All right, Prez with the new putter.
Okay, well, that was kind of a quick return, honestly. That is some good caddy work from brother. What a strange putt Niklas has. Oh, wow. Nose up through the woods, under the log. Or the tree, I guess.
We always see people make this putt.
That was awesome. And there you go, Niklas. That's a stroke back. That'll get him to 10 under. There we are. Ezra Robinson getting his first birdie on the 8th hole. And with a birdie on 9, he could finish even on the front, which is fine. Oh, yep.
Double foot.
Double wet foot.
You better make it.
Yep. And the only way that makes it worth it is if you cash that putt. And at this moment, Joseph Anderson sends his caddy that says, hey, I've got new shoes in the car.
In Presnell's car.
And his caddy said, I'm sorry, buddy. You're going to have to play with those soggy shoes for the rest of the round. And that story was made up. Such a good putt. Remember that one.
Ricky Wysocki. 4 under now. He has dropped a shot.
3 players tied at 10 under, 2 back of Andrew Presnell as we fly over the last hole, the front 9. Beautiful par 4, low ceiling the whole way. As you can see, these trees really line the fairway and the out of bounds line. Got to keep it down the middle on the tee shot and just hit that gap. And I love how this basket's positioned between these 4 trees. It's the perfect place for the basket, really. Yeah, those flags are ripping.
Oh, boy. That's really good.
Oh.
No,
yeah.
No, that doesn't deserve to go out of bounds, and I refuse to let it.
Yeah. Good job, Paul.
Thanks.
Came in clutch right there.
Yeah, it's windy, as you can see.
It doesn't get overly punished. I do think that if it was a calm day and I needed one person to throw the best tee shot possible in this hole, I do think I'd take Niklas Anttila.
Okay. Calm day. I'll take Calvin on any drive ever for the rest of my life. Especially low ceiling.
Yeah. It's a good answer. Not as good as mine, but it's a good answer. Joseph stays in bounds. He's behind a tree. Difficult approach coming, perhaps.
Prez is like, well, what about me? A little too far right, bud.
Take Niklas Anttila, and I take it over and over again. Now, you do see that red paint on the ground there as Joseph has thrown a really nice shot. If this gets edge, it could skip a little, give him a look, and it does.
Wow.
There's a lot of places on the course where that red paint has circled areas that players must take mandatory relief back due to the fact that branches have been falling from the wind and the branches just coming off these trees. And there's been some potential widowmakers that are stuck up in trees that haven't fallen all the way down.
Listen, playing this course today, you heard them falling all over the place.
Yes, you did.
Luckily, in the fairways, most of the trees have been trimmed. And obviously not as many trees. That's a dime piece from...
It was just fun to watch spin. But yeah, it was kind of unnerving.
Yes. I was constantly looking up.
That's funny you said. I was doing the same thing.
Oh, and Prez goes wide.
Yes.
I don't know if that was intentional.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Short birdie putt coming. This one sails a little high and left.
Can Ezra get 2 in a row?
Yeah, he can. Had to work hard for that even front 9 score, but he got there. And he's still firmly in the mix.
Little cleanup here for Joseph.
What?
No cleanup here for Joseph. That's going to be a bogey and a costly one.
It's more chains than you see typically hit and not stay in the basket.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like, that didn't seem cool. You know?
Great birdie from Andrew.
And
Great
from
drive.
Niklas and Ezra.
Yeah, great drive. Great bullseye hit. Great putt from Ezra. Now they're battling again.
Yep. And that bogey's going to hurt Joey. He's going to be 4 off the pace, 9 holes to go. Andrew Presnell still has a 2-shot lead over Niklas and 3 over Ricky and Ezra, but 3 and some holes more to play than Ricky. So he's got an advantage in that respect as well. Calvin Heimberg at 8 under. I really feel like 8 under is about where the opportunities to come back in this end.
Yeah.
You know, 5 back, crazy things can happen. The back 9 is diabolical, and there are holes that just are going to make players squirm. The wind is intense. Anything can happen, but the chances are right now that we're going to see a brand new major champion crowned today.
Yeah. Come join us for that back 9. See it. Watch it with us.
Founders Club's going to be there. I hope you will too. See you in a bit.